Hello, my name is Rigoberto Hernandez, and this is my informative speech about Steve Jobs, the legend. There's not a single person in the technology industry more important than Steve Jobs. Born in San Francisco, California on February 24th, 1955, his parents were two University of Wisconsin graduate students, which gave him up for adoption. Steve was also a college dropout. He's the co-founder of Apple, whose revolutionary products, which include the iPod, iPhone, and iPad, now dictate the evolution of modern technology. He died in 2011 after a long battle with pancreatic cancer. Steve showed an interest into electronics at a very young age. His parents moved to Palo Alto, California, which coincidentally is where Hewlett-Packard and other emerging companies were located. Steve would take apart and reconstruct electronics as a kid. In elementary school, Steve Jobs, his fourth grade teacher, would have to bribe him just to get him to study. He tested so well in school that the school wanted to move him up to high school, but his adoptive parents declined. Jobs met Steve Wozniak, his future partner, in 1971, shortly after enrolling in high school. The two were hired during summers at Hewlett-Packard. He left Reed College in Portland, Oregon after a single semester, but continued to take classes, including a calligraphy class, which he said was the reason Macintosh computers were designed with multiple typefaces. After returning from his spiritual journey to India in 1974, he worked as a technician for a video game company called Atari. After joining a computer hobbyist group with Steve Wozniak, a fellow Northern California college dropout, Wozniak's homemade computer drew attention from other enthusiasts. But Jobs saw its potential far beyond the geeky hobbyists of the time. The first started Apple Computer Inc. in Jobs' parents' garage in 1976. According to Wozniak, Jobs adjusted the name Apple after visiting an apple orchard. Though he did not invent the first personal computer, Jobs made them easier to use. His vision of simple, effective technology came to define the computer industry. Before Apple II, one of the first successful mass-produced home computers, machines were typically clunky wooden boxes. With a sleek design, the Apple II, which was wrapped in plastic, went on sale in April 1977 and earned the company $600 million in 1981, which was $598 million more than previous year's sales. By the end of 1983, Apple had earned her spot in the Fortune 500 list. Unfortunately, the Apple III did not earn the company the same success, and after technical problems and poor sales jobs, Jobs refocused on the Lisa program, named after his daughter, whose design was aimed at the corporate world. But the Lisa project was short-lived. In 1985, Jobs was fired as the head of Apple's Macintosh division, following the internal power struggles and a hostile work relationship with Apple's then CEO, John Sculley. During his time away, Jobs bought the graphics division, Lucasfilm Graphics Group, which would later be renamed Pixar. As we all know, Toy Story was produced under his supervision and earned the company more than $362 million worldwide. Next Computer. 10 years later, Jobs was invited to rejoin the company which he bought. The Next Computer he had been working on during his time away, which would come to the framework for all Apple Mac computers. In 2001, Jobs would once again revolutionize the technology industry with the introduction of the first Apple iPod portable music player and the first iTunes store. In 2001, Jobs would once again revolutionize the technology industry with the introduction of the first Apple iPod music player and the first iTunes store. More than 20 models followed after that. In 2007, Apple launched the iPhone with the goal of selling 10 million units. In 2008, which is 1% of the global mobile phone market, the company sold 11.6 million. In June 2010, Apple overtook Microsoft as the world's largest IT company, valued at $222 billion. Microsoft was worth $219 billion at the time. So much of what we know about computers is due to Jobs' vision. Even the common computer mouse and the idea that users should be able to click on a computer icon to access a software came from Steve Jobs. Even the structure of laptops was also Jobs' vision, with a scrolling pad located below the keyboard with space to either side to rest your wrist. Before Jobs got his hands on laptop technology, computers looked completely different. The keyboard was lower down, with little or no space to rest your wrist. The world rarely sees someone who has the profound impact Steve has had, and those effects will be felt for many generations to come. Thank you.